The car is a 2017 Z06. It's built by PMR Race Cars out in California, and we built it for the Radial versus the World class. It's not a class I ever intended in racing, to be honest. I have kind of progressed with my racing career over the last 5 or 6 years, and it kind of happened by accident. We just, went a little faster each year, and next thing you know, we've got 3,000 horsepower.
My name is James Lawrence, and this is the BlownZ06.
When we first started putting this car together, I wasn't really sure what class we were going to run. And so we've got a lot of stuff in this car you wouldn't normally see in a Radial versus the World car. It's got factory frame rails, it's a stock wheelbase car, a lot of things that maybe you'd eliminate if you were building a car from Radial versus the World from scratch. However, in this case, we started off thinking about limited drag radial or some of the small tire classes. And at the end of the day, we kind of ended up with a car that could run Radial versus the World or Pro 275 or limited drag radial. In terms of why we built it, we just think every drag racer's got a passion to go faster and faster. It's kind of hard to stay the same or go slower. It's like every time you pull up to the starting line, you're usually thinking about how do I get an extra tenth out of it? How do I get an extra mile an hour? And I think it just was a natural evolution for us. So we've got 2 events on the car so far, both out in Bradenton, Florida at Bradenton Motorsports Park. The first weekend went really well. We got about 10 passes on the car. The 8th run, we managed to run a 399, which is kind of a barrier for any Radial versus the World car. And we certainly had a lot of help from the guys at Fuel Tech that had come down that do the engine management system on the car. And Steve Petty and Luis and Anderson, have been pretty integral at helping us with each run, chipping away at it, getting a little faster. The second test session out here in Bradenton for the NMCA event again, we managed a 386 at 195 miles an hour. I'm proud to say is the fastest ProCharger radial car, actually the fastest centrifugal radial car in the world. So to do that in 2 weekends has been pretty exciting, something we're proud of. In terms of next steps for the car, it's to race it. We don't build these things to just stick them in the shop. You got to get this thing, you got to haul it out of the trailer, and you got to put it down the racetrack, and that's the only way you get good at anything. I read somewhere it takes 10,000 hours to be an expert. Well, you look at the guys that are fast in any class, it's the guys that have lots of laps. And so we just need to get behind the wheel, and we need to just make hit after hit. And once we got 80 runs on this thing, then we're gonna have a tuning library that's gonna help us win races.